spending the day in the Santa Rosa area. It's like far into the North Bay, which is somewhere that we don't usually go at all.
This is the first time we've been all the way up out here. The main objective of the day is to go to the Charles M. Schulz Museum, which is here in Santa Rosa. But we planned on originally going apple picking too before, and then the weather was really bad. You could probably hear the rain.
Yeah.
And so we ended up deciding to just stop by a cute little produce market on the way so that we could grab some apples still and maybe make some apple pie later.
Yeah. We're really excited for the day. The Charles M. Schulz Museum is also known as like the Peanuts Museum, and for a while it was like the only Peanuts museum in the world before they opened one in Tokyo. And so we're really excited to check out just where Charles M. Schulz spent so much of his life, like making the comic strips. But first we're gonna go check out the market, and afterwards we're gonna head up the museum. See you soon.
The Snoopy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean Snoopy's our favorite character.
So cute. Here are all the Peanuts characters. Woodstock is so cute. I love Woodstock. This shows the evolution of Snoopy. Starting on the left, it shows some of the earlier versions of Snoopy, and then the right shows the current modern version of how Snoopy looks. This was the nursery wall that Charles M. Schulz painted for his daughter, all the way back in the 1950s. back in the car. We're done with the museum. We also hit up like the ice rink that's across the street, as well as this like separate gift shop. Any thoughts?
Yeah, the Warm Puppy Cafe is just maybe like a 2-minute walk down by the ice rink. And it's like the cafe where Charles Schulz used to eat breakfast and lunch every day when he worked at his studio, which was around here. And so it's all like decorated and themed around Snoopy as well. And then the gift shop / gallery is just a couple minutes down further past that. And they just have more merch compared to the museum's gift shop, which is just like a tiny room.
It was very fun to walk around the ice rink. A lot of things were Snoopy themed. There's this gigantic Snoopy statue right when you walk in, and then the scoreboard also has a Snoopy on it. So everything is just Snoopy themed. This entire area is very Snoopy themed, and we really enjoyed the museum. We thought it was really fun, really informative. I feel like I learned a lot about Charles M. Schulz that I just didn't know before. There were also a lot of like comic strips that you could read on the walls, within like glass display cases, and so that was really fun.
Yeah, I feel like we've been reading these comic strips almost our entire life, but I never really read into them very much.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like a funny punchline and a joke, but it feels like there's a lot of intent, and honestly, it's quite difficult to do this day after day for almost 50 years.
Yeah, it's crazy what he did.
If I recall correctly, there was like 37,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Strips created across like his entire life.
It was just really cool to kind of walk through all of his work and like all the elements of his work. So like they talked about the various aspects that make a comic strip, and also what kinds of humor can be used to kind of create it.
Yeah, he used a pretty wide variety of humor. Like sarcasm, puns, just a few different techniques, and he was pretty harsh on himself. Seems like he refused to use it unless he thought it was funny, and he didn't like using other people's ideas because he wanted to feel like he was the reason why people were laughing.
And then at the very end of the museum there was this like educational room where you could go in and do a few like Snoopy related activities, and we did this origami Snoopy doghouse, and it was a little confusing. Honestly, the instructions were a little confusing, but we did it. And then you also did a crossword. And
then you like traced a bunch of Snoopies, right?
There's a little area there where there's like a table with a light shining through from underneath, and you could just trace a bunch of different characters and create your own comic strip. I kind of just did random ones that I liked, but it was really fun, really cute. And then at the museum gift shop, we just got a little magnet to commemorate our day here. That was it, right? We got a magnet.
We got one pin, I think, too.
Oh, right. We got a Snoopy pin, too.
But yeah, not too much merch. Honestly, I think the highlight of the museum and the experience here is the museum itself and like how informative and interesting it is in terms of his work and his life. But merch-wise for Snoopy, if you ever go to Japan, there's tons of Snoopy stores, like dedicated Snoopy stores that have a huge variety of merchandise, and so it's kind of hard to come here and want to splurge on the merch here.
Yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, there's still some stuff that's this museum specific.
And then later when we went to the ice rink, where the Warm Puppy Cafe sits in, the cafe itself is closed, but they have a little like vending machine thing. Basically, it's like you can just grab and go for stuff. Yeah, and so they had these mugs branded with Warm Puppy Cafe, and so we did get one of those too.
Yeah, very, very cute stuff. We're just gonna head home now. It's gonna be about an hour and a half. But yeah, we had a really fun day today. Thank you for following along. Thank you for watching this vlog, and see you soon.